Hello everyone, happy Friday. Welcome. Just going to give it a second to get connected here as we do. Hopped on just a little bit early. And then we'll get started. Hope you're Yeti to create today. We're going to play with the Yeti to Party stamp set. Okay, I think I can move this a little bit forward. Let me see. Oops, that's too forward. Always with these camera adjustments. Okay. I'm going to go a little closer to my desk. That's why I hopped on just a little bit early, just to give it a chance. I'm going to share this over to my group real fast. Hopefully, we can get some more folks watching today. Okay. I hope you all are having a fabulous Friday out there. If you are joining in, I'd love for you to say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to connect with you. I see some people are joining, so that is super exciting. We did not have that happen last Thursday. I did an impromptu Facebook Live and there was barely anyone watching. It was kind of crazy, but that's what I get for not going live at my regular time, right? All right. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. It looks like I shared it. It looks like I'm live. Hello. Hello. I see Amanda. Patricia, hello, welcome. Well, welcome everyone. I think I missed a bunch of people too. Yeah, it looks like I missed a whole bunch of people. So if I miss saying hi to you, I'm not ignoring you. I'll definitely go back and catch up. It looks like everything's finally connected. Welcome, hi, Stampin' friends. How are you today? Happy Friday. Let me go ahead and get started. I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Anne Marie Heil. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas. I normally go live Friday at 4 p.m. Central, so this is the right time. And Andy, well, hello. Andy just moved into her new home. Congratulations. That's exciting. Moving is such a bummer, but it is super exciting to have a new home. So congratulations to you. All right. So again, welcome. I'm so happy that you've joined me today. We are going to do some live stamping. Sometimes when I do Facebook Live, I like to do on the fly Friday. This is a semi on the fly Friday. I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to do. Maybe, well, at least I have my color palette picked out, but I didn't make the card in advance. So let's just cross our fingers and hope all goes well. So we are going to be creating with the Yeti to Party stamp set, which is in the Stampin' Up! July through December mini catalog. I absolutely love this. This is one of the first stamp sets I bought from the mini catalog. And some new and exciting news, there are going to be coordinating dies in September that will be available to purchase with this bundle or with this set. So I'm super excited. He's not that hard to cut out on his own, but when you have a coordinating die set, that makes it so much better. So before we get started stamping, I'm going to get some housekeeping things out of the way. Hello, Nancy. Nice to see you today. Welcome, everyone. Okay, I feel like I'm off my game here. So let me get started. I think I pointed out my website is right here, stampinan.com. In the description of this video, whether you're watching the video here on Facebook, whether you're watching live, the replay, or you're watching on YouTube, I do post the replay over on YouTube as well. So there's a link to my YouTube channel in the description here on Facebook. I'd love it if you'd subscribe. But there are all kinds of links in the description. So if you need to pick up some Stampin' Up! Product today, there's a link to shop in my online store. There's also links to YouTube, Instagram, joining my team. I always forget what's up there, but check it out. All the links are up there. So if you need to get a hold of me, you can definitely get me on those links. Okay. And everything is home base over on my website too. It's stampinan.com. So let's get started. Okay. Last week I went live on Thursday and nobody knew I went live. So it was kind of crazy, but, so I didn't have a ton of people watching, but I do have a prize. Where did I put that prize? here's that prize. This is the card I made last Thursday. So if you missed it, we made a Halloween card last Thursday, and you can go back and watch the video. It's on YouTube. It's also here on Facebook. Oh, there's glue on my desk already. It doesn't take long. It goes right on there. And I do prizes for everyone who shares the video. I will enter your name into a drawing, and then everyone who leaves a comment on the video, I will do a second drawing. Now, for last week's video, I did have a couple people share, but nobody told me that they shared, and I couldn't see who it was. So unfortunately, I don't have a prize for anyone who shared last week because I don't know who shared. So if you do share, please let me know in the comments on YouTube or on Facebook as well, so that I can get you entered into the drawing, because if I can't see that you shared, then I don't know who shared. So unfortunately, I don't have a prize for sharing. So what I'm going to do is, for the card that I made on the video, I went ahead and everybody who left a comment and said hello and watched, I put your names into a drawing to win the Halloween happiness, and our winner is Sharon Kaufman. Sharon, congratulations. I have some Halloween happiness to send in the mail to you. And Sharon, I have your address. So this one's easy because I have your address. I don't need it. And this is a cute little set, you guys. Like I said, I did this video last Thursday on Facebook Live, and then on Sunday, I created another card that I shared over on my blog with this same stamp set too. So if you want some fun ideas with this scary, cute stamp set and coordinating, I think they're called Scary Silhouette dies. I can't remember. I don't have it pulled. But these coordinate together and just really cute little Halloween sets. And so you can get some more inspiration. That's over on my blog. And then watch this video from last week. So congratulations, Sharon. This will be going out in the mail to you tomorrow. I'm going to the post office tomorrow, so it will go out tomorrow. All right. Last thing I want to talk about real quick is if you took my Textured Chic class to go, those were mailed out this week, way ahead of schedule. I'm on the ball this month, you guys. I'm so excited. So I did get these mailed out. Now, this is a card class to go, and it's beautiful projects featuring the Textured Chic suite. You do get some consumable products as well. You get paper. You'll get, let's see, here are all of your cards. You get a full pack of champagne rhinestones, a full bolt of linen thread, all the projects to make your cards, also packed into these kits. It was a fun little thank you gift from me. And I did want to let you guys know, so if you took that class, the project packets have gone out. I may have a few extras, so I just like to make sure everybody gets theirs first. But if you are interested, I may have a few extra of the class kits, and I will be selling those here as well. So if you're interested, please don't hesitate. Send me an email or message me here on the Stampin' Ann page on Facebook if you're interested. They are $47 US shipped. So that includes the shipping cost. It's the cost of everything you need. You will need the Season of Chic bundle, because all the stamping and die cutting from that bundle you will need to do yourself. That's not part of the kit, but all the consumables you need and anything that I use that's not part of that bundle will already be pre-cut for you. But the stamping and the ink and the adhesive, you have to have all that. But if you are interested, I may have a couple extra, so definitely reach out and let me know, because I would love to send that to you, because it's a beautiful card kit and I just absolutely love it. And I hope those of you that ordered it love it as well. All right. Hello. I see Carol is joining, and I'd love to encourage you guys to share the video, please, this week. I'd love to get more folks watching us. And as I mentioned, if you're watching this over on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel too. I am getting more things up and running over on YouTube now that I have events and classes kind of done, and I can get back ahead of schedule trying to get some other things done too. Okay, let's see. We're gonna start creating with Yeti to Party. So let me show you. So as I mentioned, this little stamp set is in the mini catalog, the Stampin' Up! Mini catalog. Starting September 1st, these are going to be available to purchase. There are coordinating dies for some select stamp sets. in both the Stampin' Up annual catalog and also in the mini catalog, and this is one of them. So as you can see, this is this set is super cute on its own, but then there are going to be dies available that will cut out the Yeti, all of the little pieces, which is super fun because there's a lot of teeny tiny pieces, like even the snowflakes, even the little mountain caps. You can do a little snow-capped mountain, which I think is super cute. There's a little banner, and then there's this fun little, I was thinking about making this like a little snow globe or a window or something. I'm kind of inspired to keep playing with this. There's also a little scarf, which is darling. So these are available right now for demonstrators to pre-order, but starting on September 1st, there will be some select dies available for certain stamp sets as well. So be on the lookout for that. I'll put some information here up on the page, but that's going to start on September 1st. So we're going to play with this today. And I see Jamie. Hi, Jamie. She loves the Yeti. I love the Yeti too. Like I said, he has been it was one of the first things I bought. I think it's super cute. So what we're going to do today is we're going to make a shaker card, but we're going to make an easy shaker card. Shaker cards can get kind of bulky sometimes, and they're super fun, don't get me wrong, but I also like to do mailable shaker cards. So I'm going to share with you guys an easy shaker card idea today, and let's get started. So I want to point this out to you. This is a Host Designer Series paper pack that is available in the mini catalog. I can't remember the name. I always forget names of everything. This is the Celebrate Everything Designer Series paper pack. Now you can see this is a hefty paper pack. Now this one is in the Holiday Mini. It's a Host exclusive, so you can purchase it when you spend $150 minimum, but it is a huge paper pack. There's patterns in here for fall, New Year, Christmas, and just fun everyday patterns. Like I love that little firework. I think that's so cute. I love this rainbow stripe. Super, super cute. So that's the paper pack that I chose to use with this, and I find it works well with so many different sets in the mini. Hi, Michelle. Nice to see you. Welcome. So glad to see you guys joining today. Okay, so we're going to do a color palette of Sweet Sorbet and Pool Party and Basic Black. And there's going to be, I think, a little pop of Daffodil Delight in there too, but not too much. So we're going to start out with just a basic card. Now I cut out the things for my inside. We'll decorate that later. Now, as I mentioned, this is kind of a semi on the fly Friday. I have an idea of what I want to do, and I have some things pre-cut, but I don't know what this card is going to look like in the end. So stay tuned, but I guarantee you it's going to be cute and fun. If you like the Yeti, we're going to have fun with this. So we're going to start out with a super basic card base. This is going to be a top folding card base. It is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So we're going to have our card open up this way, and I have my inside pieces. We'll get back to that later. Stay tuned. I have a piece of Pool Party that's 4 inches by 5 1/4, and then I have a piece of that Host Designer Series paper that is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 inch. Now I don't have these measurements posted anywhere yet. Stay tuned. As I said, I don't have the card made yet, so I can't post the measurements if I don't have the card made. So I think I was going to add some ribbon to this card in my head, but I think it might be too much. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put this together now. Famous last words. I'll probably regret that, but I don't think I'm going to add ribbon to this card, and that's okay. Not every card needs ribbon. So, oh, it's a cute little fireworks pattern on the back. So how are you guys doing out there? How is your Friday going? Does anybody have any big plans for the weekend? What's new and exciting? Do you have the Yeti stamp set? Do you want the Yeti stamp set? Tell me a little bit. Talk to me a little bit while I'm putting these layers together. So I'm just going to adhere these together. Like I said, since we're doing the shaker, I want that to be the star of the show. So I think I'm going to forego the ribbon. I have a bow tied. We may add the bow if it seems fitting, but I don't know. The more I thought about it, I thought adding a ribbon might be just a little too much overkill. There is something called too many embellishments, right? You can over embellish your card. So I'll just put these layers together. And I have, oh gosh, you guys, I should really use my silicone matte when I do glue. I'm not this messy when I craft on my own. It's just, it's the way I'm standing to film these videos. I always seem to get super messy and heavy-handed with glue. So, okay. Okay, so we have our card front done. Now we need to assemble our shaker. So like I mentioned, this is going to be an easy shaker. So when you make shaker cards, normally you can use these foam adhesive strips to give you some dimension. And I'm going to show you, this is a shaker that I made. This was for the Maker's Mojo Creative Escape event that I just did. And I used the Yeti, and this is a movable shaker card. This is one of my projects. And so this is a fun little shaker that has that dimension with the foam tape. Now, I love the foam tape, and it's still totally mailable. You may probably need to put a little bit of additional postage on here, but we're going to make a mailable shaker today. Okay, so, and to do that, you just need a clear envelope. So normally you'd make a shaker with window sheets and the foam strips, but we're going to do it today with just a clear envelope, which is probably something a lot of you already have in your craft room. So if you don't have the extra stuff, you can make this with something that you do have. Okay. Okay. So we're going to need the stitched rectangle dies as well. So let me pull those. And I have the measurements on a post-it on these little sheets. So we're going to start out with a piece of sweet sorbet that is 3 1/8 by 4 3/8 inches. And I realize I didn't do post-its for these measurements. I use this, it's kind of my go-to standard for card layering for a base. So pretty easy. I do a 1/4 inch layer and then an 1/8 inch layer for the second layer. But like I said, once we get this card together, I'll probably put it up on my blog. So 3 1/8 by 4 3/8 inches. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 4th largest stitch rectangle die, and I am going to line that up as close to the center as I can. And then I'm going to run it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Here's the exciting part. I've already done that. So you will end up with a piece that looks like this. Okay, so it's going to give you this nice little border. And then this little stitch rectangle that comes out of the middle, hang on to that for another project. You can always, I guess you could even use it on the inside if you wanted to, but hang on to that. It's still usable. Don't want to throw that out. So that's what we're going to end up with. Okay, are you with me? Perfect. I'm going to put that away so I don't lose it. Okay. So we'll get these out of the way. Next up, we're going to need a piece of basic white. Now, as I mentioned, what we cut from this one is 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. This piece right here is going to be 3 inches by 4 1/4. So I'm just taking about 1/8 of an inch off. And the reason that I'm doing that, oh, sorry, I stamped on the back of that. Sorry, you're going to see that, is it's just slightly smaller, so I don't have any overhang when I start to assemble this card. Okay, so that's the difference. It's just it's an 1/8 inch difference between the basic white and the sweet sorbet. Okay, so I thought I had an extra one of these cut because I knew I stamped on the back of this, but you know what? That's okay. We're actually going to use, hold on. Where is that piece? Hold on one second. Let me find it. Since I'm giving this away as a prize, I don't want it to be, I don't want it to be too super janky. So let's cut another piece real quick. So we're going to cut 4 1/4 by 3. We'll just cut a fresh piece. There's always white cardstock to be had. Michelle says she loves shaker cards. I do too. And I especially like them when they're mailable. Okay, perfect. I cut that the same. We're off to a good start. Okay, so I need a piece of scrap paper. I had one. And I realize I could use this as scrap paper, but I don't like to get this dirty, which defeats the whole purpose. So it's just a me thing. I'm sorry. It's just one of those weird little quirky things. I don't like to get this paper dirty, which is the whole purpose of having that paper there. But anywho, that's just my weird little quirk. Now I'm going to take one of the snowflakes. There's 2 snowflakes in here. You could vary them up if you wanted to. You could use both sizes, one or the other. I don't know. I like this pointy one. So I'm just going to, oh, I already screwed it up, you guys. Somebody's getting snowflakes on the back. It's okay. So my cardstock has 2 sides. And I'm using a Stampin' Spot, which is probably my problem, but I was trying to minimize the clutter on my desk. Okay, so I'm just randomly stamping some snowflakes to create a little blizzard in the background here. Not too many. And I'm stamping them in different directions. I don't know, I think that's too low, but no, I'll stop there. I think that's enough. So this is our little background piece. And now the other thing that I grabbed before I got started was, this is a piece of glimmer paper. It is the Real Red and White 6x6 glimmer paper. So you get 2 colors in here. There are 8 sheets, so 4 of each sheet. And I like these for winter cards, and I just like the shimmer paper because it adds a little bit of sparkle, which is kind of tough to see on the camera, but it does make a big difference in person. So since I'm making this little shaker for my Yeti, I want to give him some ground to stand on. So I like to ground my images so they're not floating in space. and we're just going to need, let me grab a little trimmer here. I'm just going to grab a little sliver of this just for the ground. The Yeti's pretty big, so I don't want to take too much. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to very easily take my paper snips and just create a little snowdrift. Nothing fancy. You don't need a die or a punch for that. You can just do that with your paper snips. Okay, and then we'll glue this on the bottom. And I'm making sure to add a fair amount of glue on the top because I don't want the little sequins to get stuck behind here. So you want to make sure to get that adhered and then make sure it has a chance to dry really well before you put your adhesives in there. Okay, so if you have any excess around the edges, just trim that off. Oops, I didn't do a good job trimming that. Okay, perfect. So see how it just creates like this little snowy drift, and it's really cool. It adds a nice little pop of sparkle, which I love. Okay, next up, we're going to do some stamping. Give that a chance to go. So we need to stamp. I've got some basic white here and my Memento ink that I just got all over my fingers because I opened that a little rough. So I'm going to stamp 2 presents, a small and a large, and then I'm going to stamp my Yeti, and I'm going to actually flip him over and stamp this upside down because I don't want to get a lot of excess ink in the middle of that image. Okay, so we're going to stamp our Yeti. Okay, so we have a Yeti and 2 presents. Now I'm going to grab some Stampin' Blends markers. I have Sweet Sorbet, Pool Party, and I have Dark Daffodil Delight. So I'm just going to color in my presents, and I'm not too worried about shading because these are pretty small images. I'm just worried about getting a layer of color on them. So if you wanted to get super fancy, you can really work on your shading, but these are pretty small. So like I said, I'm just worried about getting a layer of color on them. In the lines, preferably. I think I'm using the dark Sweet Sorbet. Yeah, these are just dark Sweet Sorbet. And again, you could play with the shading a little bit more if you wanted to. I'm just going to keep it simple. Okay, and now while we have it open, I'm going to stamp his little, or color his little tongue in the dark Sweet Sorbet. And then I'll use dark Daffodil Delight for his little horns. He's so cute, you guys. I love this little Yeti. Do you guys love him? Who has this stamp set? Leave me a comment. Let me know if you have it. And I think I'm going to use light Pool Party for his face. And he's super easy to color because, I mean, I guess you could make him, I guess he could be like a Sasquatch, right? He could be brown if he were not a winter Yeti, if he were Bigfoot. I don't know. I don't know. What color is Bigfoot? I mean, I guess that would depend on if you think Bigfoot is real or not, right? So anywho, he's super easy to color. And another thing that's kind of fun to do with him is you could actually stamp him on shimmery white cardstock, so he has a little bit of a sparkle to him. That's kind of another fun little element that you could add to him. But he's super easy to color because you just have to do his little horns, his tongue, and his face, and boom. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to use our fun coordinating dies, and guess what? I've actually already cut it out, so we don't have to move the big machine in. So ta-da! I'm cutting an extra set so I can make an extra card. I'm being efficient today. Okay, so we've got our two presents and our little Yeti. And he's not too hard to fussy cut. When I made my original shaker card that I showed you earlier, I fussy cut him on his own. He wasn't terribly hard to fussy cut on his own, and I fussy cut some of the presents too. But having the dies makes it so much easier. So we have him. And then the next thing that I did was, I love that little scarf die so much that I cut out the little scarf. And what I particularly love are these little lines. I love the little detail in there. So I cut out one of those, and that's from the 2022-2024 in color glimmer paper. And what I love about this glimmer paper is you can see it kind of has like an ombre effect. So it goes from light all the way down to dark. And I cut his scarf out of a darker piece. But you could even do it lighter if you wanted a little more texture. But I love this glimmer paper. It's super pretty, and I love that there's color variations in there. So we're going to accessorize our little Yeti with his scarf. I think we can put that on now. And I'm going to be careful with my liquid glue. Since we're going to put that on a clear envelope, we don't want to get too heavy-handed, because you don't want to get glue on your envelopes, because then it looks kind of messy. I guess I really didn't have to put liquid glue here. I'm going to kind of clean that up. Michelle says she loves the in color glimmer paper. I do too. I just think it's so pretty, and it's something that's underutilized in my craft room. You guys, how much personality does it add to put this little scarf on him? So cute, right? Do you love that? Give me a heart or give me a like, just so I know you guys are there, if you like his little scarf. He's just super cute. We're going to save him. Now we're going to put our shaker together, I hope. Okay, I see a heart. Thank you. I love that, guys. Awesome. Thank you. Helps me know you're watching. Okay, so we've gotten most of our... See, I tied a pool party bow. I don't know if we're going to use this, so hold tight. We may or may not use that. Okay, let's put our shaker together. I need some tear and tape. Okay, so this little piece right here is going to have our shaker element. And what I'm going to do is, as I mentioned, this is easy peasy because you're just going to slide this into your clear envelope to about here. And this is kind of a good fit because as you can see, we want to kind of get it crammed into one corner really flush. And then there's just a little teeny tiny bit here. And then we have all this extra here, but we're going to trim that off. So we're going to make that work. So here's our little shaker element. And now, actually what I might do, I'm going to trim some of this off now, just so I can get my sequins in a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm going to trim off this excess, and then I'm going to use, these are the Sparkle and Shine Sequins assortment. I love these. There's a bunch of different shapes. There's little stars, there's silver, there's little beads in here. And I'm trying not to get my fingerprints on the shaker as much as possible. And I have a little spoon here. In my mind, this is going to work really well, but I think I'm going to dump them all over my desk. Let's see what happens. Let's see how this shakes out. Ba-dum-bum. No pun intended. Okay. Feeling good about that amount of shaker. What do you guys think? More? Less? How are you feeling about that? Can you buy the envelope from Stampin' Up? Yes, you can, Jamie. These are the clear envelopes that Stampin' Up sells that you can even mail them. If you put a label on it, you can use them as mailing envelopes too. So these are the Stampin' Up ones, but any clear envelope will work as well. Okay, Carol says good amount. Michelle wants more. Well, Michelle, I'm running out of sequins. Let's see. Hold on one second. Let me fold it over. Okay, I guess we can spare a few more sequins, Michelle. You're never going to tell me not to use more sparkle, that's for sure. I love sparkle. I don't think you can ever have too much. Okay, so now we want to make sure it's flush in one particular corner. Now you can do this a couple of different ways. We basically just want to make sure we get a nice little pouch on this. So you can do this a couple of different ways. You can go just as simply as you want to make it flush in one corner, and we can go as far as to just put a simple piece of Scotch tape on here, or we can use tear and tape. I'm going to start by using a piece of Scotch tape just so I can get it nice and flush. No one's going to see the back of this, so don't worry about what it looks like. Okay, so now this one here, I'm actually going to run, oops, there's something gunky on my tear and tape. Hold on. I'm going to run a little piece of tear and tape right here to hold this down. And this isn't a new way to make a shaker card by any means. It's just an easy way to make a shaker card. So I think this is a fun refresher sometimes because I love the wow factor that shaker cards have, but sometimes making them with a lot of extra dimension can be really challenging to mail. Okay, so we're just going to fold this back and try and get it as flush as we can. And if you have a lot of excess here like I do, whoops, let's move that. Just going to trim off the excess, and then what you can do is just go over with a little piece of Scotch tape. Like I said, no one's going to see the back of your card, guys. So, oh, it froze. Oh, hopefully it'll come back. Sometimes it gets a little wonky. Or if your screen is frozen, just exit out and come back in. I stuck this down too soon. I think it's too big of a piece. So I am just going to put a little piece. Hold on, this is easier to do. You know what, guys? I'm not going to use this. It's the Yeti's fault. It got so cold in there. Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, hold up, because I'm struggling with getting that down. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. Hold it down and then put a piece of tear and tape over the edge. And the reason tear and tape is probably going to be easier to use on this is because you can tear it, so you have a little more control over it. So do as I say, not as I did. I think it's okay to use a little piece of Scotch tape to get started, but the tear and tape is proving to be effective. And I'm just going to put it all the way around because I'm actually just going to adhere it to the card with tear and tape. And also it gives a nice little hold. So there we go. Okay, so here is our fun little shaker. Super easy, guys, right? And this is, they move around pretty freely in there. You don't have to worry about, you know, having the foam tape or anything like that. So now what we're going to do is I have to fit this frame around here. And you can see it's about a 1/8 inch difference. So I am going to be, the frame itself is a little too small for tear and tape. So I'm going to use liquid glue. If you wanted to, you could use a tape runner. You could even use an adhesive sheet on this, which in retrospect, looking back, I probably should have done because I think it might have been a little easier to adhere it. So we make adhesive sheets, which kind of turn any cardstock or paper into a sticker. And those would be super convenient on this. But I'm using a teeny tiny amount of liquid glue. Okay, so now here's the trick, guys. If you struggle with liquid glue, I would definitely maybe recommend the adhesive sheets, or maybe recommend using a tape runner, because since this is wet, you just want to be careful when you put it down, because too much wiggling around, it's going to get on your plastic, and you don't want that. And like I said, I cut this just about a 1/8 inch smaller than the red frame. So we have a little wiggle room, but not a ton. And if it peeks out a little, it's fine. You can barely see it. There might be just a little tiny bit of plastic coming out, but for the most part, guys, pretty good, right? Pretty easy peasy. So what do you guys think? Hi Tammy, nice to see you there. I've never seen a shaker card done like this. This is cool and no big bulk. Yeah, this is one of those things. This is a great idea for shakers. That's a whole lot easier to do. You don't have to worry about the foam strips and the window sheets. Most of us have clear envelopes in our craft room, and this isn't bulky at all. And it's super easy to adhere to the card. So Michelle seriously did not know about these envelopes. Yes! So cool, guys. Here, let me show you. I'll pull them just in case nobody has seen them before, because they're kind of hidden. They're clear medium envelopes. The item number is 102619, and there is a pack of 50. And these are a great way to store your cards, or they're great for shaker cards. So, yay, I'm happy for those of you that haven't seen these before, that maybe you saw something new today. Okay, so now we are going to hopefully put this centered on the card. I'm using tear and tape, so I feel like, you guys, I've said this before, I think in song. So of course the song that comes into my head, I have that Eminem song where he's like, you only have one shot, do not miss your opportunity. That's how I feel about putting this down. If you don't get that reference, I'm sorry. I think in song lyrics sometimes. It's just how my mind works, and that was the first thing that came into my head. I'm like, I hear that song in the background, I'm like, oh, you only have one shot, do not miss your opportunity. So okay, so we are going to pop this in the center of our card. I am going to move this close to me for just a second because of how my setup is. I really want to make sure I get this on here right the first time. Okay, I'm feeling good. Pop it down. Bump, bump, bump. Oh, our insides are coming out. Oh, that sounds bad. Ta-da! What do you guys think? Cute, cute, right? Michelle thought they were something special made for shaker cards. You haven't seen this technique. Good, I'm glad. I'm glad this is, and this is so fun, guys. I hope this encourages you to make some shaker cards. I love making them. Sometimes I'll be honest, I don't mail a lot of them because they're kind of tough to mail, but this is a fun way. This doesn't add a ton of extra bulk. So, okay, now we've got to get our Yeti on here. He's kind of the star of the show. And Now, as I mentioned, this doesn't add a ton of bulk, but it does add some weight. So when I originally was thinking about putting this together, I was going to pop him up, and I don't think I'm going to now, guys. I think it might be a little too much, so we may just adhere him as is. Bump. Okay, I did cut from, I'm making it a point to show you guys everything I'm using because I'm sometimes really bad at that. So I'm using the Stylish Shapes dies, which I think these are an essential for every crafter. You have circles, squares, and banners. I love them. You get a bunch of different sizes of each. I use these probably more than any dies in my stamp room right now. So I'm going to use the banner from this. And I cut a little banner in Pool Party, and I've got, well, I have, is it Christmas Yeti? Because he has a little scarf on. But I guess the get Yeti to party, it's your birthday would be cute too. I just feel like it might be, well, it might fit on there. But I kind of like the, is it Christmas Yeti? Because there's a little blizzard behind him. So I think we're going to use this one. I normally do a vote, so I'm sorry. I'm not being very democratic today. Sorry, guys. I'm like, I guess we could use the other one, but I'm going to make the decision. Sorry. I guess we could put it up to a vote. Does anybody feel strongly about using the birthday? You have like 3 seconds to type it in before I stamp. So, sorry. I guess since I already put this on the block, I kind of figured this was going to be a Christmas card. So, is it Christmas Yeti? But I just want to make sure I have enough ink on here. Normally I like to stamp and then die cut because if I want to use my Stamparatus to put more ink down, I can. So, but I did all my die cutting in advance. Oh, good. It came out good. Oh, I love a good punny sentiment, you guys. So cute, right? Christina, your card, your choice. You're so cute. I know I usually like to do choices though, because I think it's fun. But I realized after I said that, I was like, yeah, I'm not really giving you guys a choice. Okay, so he's cute, right? Okay. And I was going to have him hold a present, and I was going to pop one on the ground by his little foot here too. And then originally I was thinking about putting a bow on here, but I think it might be too much. So I think we're going to forego the bow because the shaker's kind of the superstar. Who feels like we should put a bow on here? Maybe that's what we can do. You know what, guys? Normally I would put dimensionals on this, but there's just enough. It's almost like this is on dimensionals because of the sequins that are in there. So I'm actually not, believe it or not, mark this down on your calendar. It's a first. I'm not using dimensionals. Oh my gosh, you guys. There's a little stamp sentiment on the back of this. I'm sorry. No, well, the person who gets it, you won't see it because it's going to be stuck to the card. You think no bow. That's what I'm thinking too. And I'm actually just going to use some Stampin' Seal. You could use liquid glue as well, but I'm using Stampin' Seal, and I'm kind of getting him, he's right on the corner. Like I want to give him a little bit of like, where he's not completely centered in there. And then we're going to pop this little guy on. And I'm going to kind of tuck one of the banner ends under his little horn. Is it Christmas Yeti? I think that's so cute, you guys. I love a good punny sentiment. I'm not going to lie. Super cute. Okay, same thing here. We have to decide how we're going to decorate our inside. Put a little one down by his foot, and then this little guy is going to go in his hand. So cute to create a little scene, except that's a small piece for me to get my tape runner on, so I'm going to use glue. Oh, I almost dropped it on the card. Did you see that? Oh my gosh, you guys. So fun, right? Now, everything's better with a little more embellishment. I can't not add it. So I pulled these red rhinestones. I guess you could use regular rhinestones too for the silver, but I'm just going to accessorize our little presents with a little red rhinestone because everything is better with sparkle. Did you guys just hear my stomach growl? I'm not hungry, so I don't know why my stomach just growls, but so yay, you guys think it's cute. Isn't he fun? And it's kind of tough. Like, it really is hard to convey on the video, but the sparkle in the ground, I know you can barely see it, but it adds a fun little pop of sparkle. And then the sparkle on his little scarf is like darling. So now we need to do the inside of our card. And I cut a piece of basic white that's 4 by 5 1/4. And this little guy is about 3/4 inches by 3 3/8 inches. It's literally a strip. I cut this layer and then I just cut a 3/4 inch strip from this piece here to add on the inside. So easy peasy. I don't really think we have an inside sentiment. I guess we could do holiday hugs or winter wishes, or both winter wishes and holiday hugs. Okay, now you guys can vote because I'm going to stamp some presents on the bottom on the inside because I always say no naked insides. You always have to dress up the insides of your cards. So what should the inside of the card say? Winter wishes, holiday hugs, or both? And we'll get to that in a minute. Both. Okay, I'm going to stamp some presents really quick. Okay, so this will go on the bottom here. So I'm going to stamp one present here. May have to get the Stamparatus out if we're going to do both. You guys like both? Okay. Oh, it's challenging. No, I can do it. I can do it. We can do hard things, guys. Okay. Okay, so we've got 2 presents. We're going to do winter wishes and holiday hugs. Okay, good opportunity. We're going to use the Stamparatus, I think, because I want to get this straight the first time. So here we go. And the Stamparatus is really cool if for somebody who may be new to stamping. This is a stamp positioning tool that makes it really easy to get everything lined up and placed the first time. Oh, Chelsea, I'm so glad that you love the card. This Yeti, oh my gosh, I can't get enough of him. I can't. He's just too cute. I need an ink pad. Okay, so I'm gonna put my ink pad on there. And I guess, let me look, just make sure I looked at a couple comments and I'm like, okay, both. Okay, I have 2 votes for both and nobody else voted. So we're gonna do both for the sentiment. So I'm being really bad about asking you guys for, is that dirty? Hold on, I might need to wash that. Winter wishes and holiday hugs. Why can't I find the sentiment? There it is. Winter wishes and holiday hugs. He kind of looks like he's coming in for a hug, doesn't he? Okay. Let me wash this off real quick on my... Okay. I think it was clean. It just had a little bit of yuck on there. Okay, so we're going to do winter wishes and... Oh... Winter wishes and holiday hugs. Kind of want to offset these a little bit because I want to put a snowflake in there. I don't know. Famous last words. Oh, I have little Gidget in here with me today. I only have one dog in here with me today helping. She's taking a nap. Okay. I think I like how that's lined up. We'll see. We'll find out. That looks a little crooked. There we go. Well, we'll see what happens. If it doesn't come out right, I might have to redo it, but there might be a little too much space in between those words, huh? That's okay. I can correct that after the fact. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to play around with that. There's a little too much space in between there. But we'll do the same thing. Actually, I don't think it's too bad, is it? It's not too bad. What do you guys think? Should I just leave it? Or should I redo it? What do you guys think? I think it's kind of cute. Let's color these. If I have to redo it, I have to redo it. It's no biggie. I get really quiet when I color. Sorry. What do you think? I don't know. That sentiment placement might need a little work, but that could be the inside of our card. I'm not going to stick this down because I think I'm going to putz with this a little bit more, but anywho, that'll be the inside. And that's it, guys. That is the fun little shaker card. He's super cute, right? So I hope you guys love this easy way to do a shaker card. I hope you love the Christmas Yeti, but this would work with so many different sets. And it's super easy to do with your clear envelopes. So I hope this inspires you to try out an easy mailable shaker, and you can see it's not too bulky. You may have to put the additional ounce stamp on here, but I think, yeah, Chelsea, the words do need to be a little closer together. I agree with you. I think I'm just going to have to kind of play with that when I'm not like stressed out and doing this on camera. It will bug you. Fix it. I know, Christina. Yeah, Christina knows me and my quirks. It will bother me. I can't. That's why I can't stick it down. It will just eat at me. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll have to like take it down, take it apart and fix it. So, I have stamping OCD sometimes. Although, well, I don't know. I hate saying I have OCD because I know people do have OCD and it's not right to say if you don't. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. So anyway, I hope you guys love this. I hope it inspired you to make a shaker today. And I'm going to go back and check out all of your comments, but stay tuned. I will put either a blog post up or I will put a picture up here on the Facebook page so that you can see the completed project. And like I said, measurements are throughout the video, but you know, if I get a chance, I'll definitely try and put them up on a blog post, maybe tomorrow. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for stamping with me today. I hope you enjoyed this card and this fun little shaker idea. And yeah, so happy stamping. I hope you'll have a great weekend. And I will be back with you next Friday at 4 p.m. Central, if not before, but definitely then. So have fun, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.